Hello and welcome to Timeless Wisdom, a place where your health, your peace of mind, and your well-being truly matter. Have you ever wondered, could your body be trying to tell you something long before a stroke actually happens? Many people believe strokes come out of nowhere, but here's something you might not expect. Your body can show subtle signs, even up to a month in advance. And today, we're going to gently walk through those 7 early symptoms. Some are easy to miss, some are mistaken for aging, but all of them matter. If we notice them early, we can take action, and that could make all the difference. So please, stay with me. And if you find this helpful, I hope you'll consider sharing it with someone you love. Pay attention. These signs could save a life. Let's take a moment to talk about why this matters so much. Each year, nearly 800,000 people in the United States suffer a stroke. And sadly, many of those strokes could have been prevented if the early signs had been noticed and taken seriously. Now, here's the important part. A stroke doesn't always strike suddenly like a lightning bolt. In many cases, the body gives early warnings, gentle whispers that something is off. And those whispers can begin weeks or even a month before the actual stroke. The problem? Most people don't recognize these signs. They think, I'm just tired, or it's probably nothing. But these signs are not just aging. They're important clues that your brain may not be getting the blood and oxygen it needs. Stroke can happen to anyone, but it doesn't have to be a surprise. So if you're over 60, or if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or a family history of stroke, this message is especially for you, because noticing even one of these signs early and getting help could change everything. Are you ready to learn the 7 silent symptoms? Let's begin. Sign number 1, high blood pressure that stays high. The first warning sign is high blood pressure that doesn't come down. You may not feel it, but when your blood pressure is consistently high, it puts serious strain on the arteries in your brain. Over time, this can lead to either a blockage or even a rupture, both of which cause stroke. If your blood pressure is often over 130/80, even if you feel fine, it's time to talk to your doctor. High blood pressure is known as the silent killer for a reason. It damages quietly until one day it doesn't. Keeping it under control is one of the most powerful ways to prevent a stroke. Sign number 2, unusual, persistent fatigue. Next up is a kind of tiredness that just feels different. We all feel tired sometimes, but this is a deeper kind of exhaustion, one that lingers even after rest. It's the kind of fatigue that makes everyday tasks feel unusually hard. This can happen when blood flow to the brain is reduced, a possible early sign that something isn't right with your circulation. It might even be a warning of a mini-stroke called a TIA. Don't shrug it off. If you feel persistently worn out for no clear reason, it's worth checking in with your doctor. Sign number 3, sudden vision changes. Have you ever had your vision suddenly go blurry or seen double out of nowhere? Changes in vision, especially if they come on suddenly, could be a red flag. Your eyes rely on healthy blood flow, just like the rest of your brain. If a vessel is blocked or narrowed, your sight may be the first to let you know. It might seem harmless at first, maybe just some difficulty focusing, but don't ignore it. These changes could be a warning that a stroke is on the way. If something seems off with your eyes, get it checked right away. Sign number 4, sudden and severe headache. Next is a headache that feels intense and different than usual. Most headaches are harmless, but a sudden, severe headache, especially if it comes out of nowhere, can be a sign of serious trouble, like a hemorrhagic stroke, where bleeding happens inside the brain. Some people describe it as the worst headache of their life. This kind of pain should never be ignored. If it comes with confusion, nausea, or fainting, don't wait. Call for emergency help. Sign number 5, numbness or weakness in the limbs or face. This is one of the classic warning signs, and it can happen days or even weeks before a stroke. You might suddenly feel numbness or weakness in your arm, leg or face, especially on just one side of the body. It may feel like your hand isn't working right, or your leg feels heavy. Some people notice a droop on one side of the face. These symptoms might last a few minutes or come and go. Even if they disappear quickly, don't ignore them. They could be signs of a TIA, a mini stroke, and a full stroke could be coming next. Sign number 6, trouble speaking clearly. Have you ever tried to speak, but the words just wouldn't come out right? Slurred speech, difficulty finding words, or not being able to form a full sentence. These are all possible early signs of a stroke. And just like the other symptoms, they can happen even if you're otherwise feeling okay. If your speech suddenly changes, or if someone around you sounds confused or garbled, it's time to get help fast. Sign number 7, balance issues, memory problems, or nausea. The last sign might not seem obvious at first, but it's just as important. Some people experience sudden trouble with balance, dizziness, or unsteadiness when walking. Others notice unusual memory lapses, confusion, or even nausea and vomiting without a clear reason. These signs can appear days or even weeks before a stroke, especially if parts of the brain aren't getting enough blood. And while these symptoms can have many causes, from low blood sugar to inner ear problems, it's always better to rule out something serious. If you or someone you love experiences any of these changes, don't brush them off. Trust your instincts and seek medical advice. What's a TIA or a brain aneurysm? Let's take a moment to talk about two things you may have heard of, but might not fully understand. The first is something called a TIA, or transient ischemic attack. It's often called a mini-stroke, and while the symptoms go away quickly, a TIA is a serious warning. It means there was a temporary blockage in the brain, and a full stroke could happen soon. The good news is, if you catch it in time, you can take steps to prevent that bigger stroke from ever happening. Now let's talk about aneurysms. A brain aneurysm is like a small bubble in a blood vessel in the brain. Most of the time, it causes no symptoms and may never cause problems, but if it ruptures, it can lead to a hemorrhagic stroke, a very dangerous type of stroke caused by bleeding in the brain. The tricky part? Many people don't know they even have one. If someone in your family has had an aneurysm, it's worth asking your doctor if screening is right for you. Simple imaging tests can often detect them early, before anything serious happens. How to lower your risk of stroke. Now that we've gone over the warning signs, let's talk about something just as important: what you can do to protect yourself. The truth is, many strokes are preventable, and the steps you take today can make a big difference in the years to come. Here are some simple, powerful habits that support a healthy brain and heart. Keep your blood pressure in check. High blood pressure is their number one risk factor for stroke. Monitor it regularly and follow your doctor's advice. Manage your blood sugar and cholesterol. If you have diabetes or high cholesterol, staying on top of it can prevent damage to your blood vessels. Eat more fresh, natural foods. Focus on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. Avoid too much salt, sugar, and processed food. Stay active, gently and consistently. Even a 15-minute walk a day can improve circulation. Mood and energy. Limit alcohol and quit smoking. These two habits are strongly linked to stroke risk, but it's never too late to make a change. Sleep well and manage stress. Your brain needs rest. A calm mind and good sleep help everything else work better too. See your doctor regularly. Preventive care matters. A simple checkup can catch problems before they become serious. Remember, small steps every day really do add up. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start where you are. So, did any of these signs sound familiar to you? Maybe you felt a little more tired than usual, or noticed your balance isn't quite what it used to be. Even if it's just one symptom, it's always worth checking in with your doctor, because when it comes to stroke, early action can save lives, and sometimes that life could be your own, or someone you love. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom. We're here to walk with you through every stage of healthy aging, with care, clarity, and respect, and we'd love to hear from you. Have you or someone you know experienced any of these signs before a stroke? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could help someone else recognize the signs in time. Until next time, take care of yourself, and thank you for spending this time with us.